Nores, the defense played exceptional today. You all had 4 turnovers. Can you talk about that in general, just what you saw on the field and what you all were able to do?
Yeah, I mean, we practiced pretty hard this week. We kind of knew what they're going to come out with, power football, and our defense has been really good this year with that kind of thing, power football. We shut the run down pretty well. They caught us with a couple passes, a couple long runs, misfits and stuff like that. But I think we responded really well, and we every time they did something, the next play we either got a turnover or we were trying to keep them from getting momentum and stuff. And I think we did a good job at it today.
You all on the defensive side, you didn't really allow any big plays. Talk a bit about that and that kind of being your Achilles heel.
Yeah, this year our Achilles heel has been big plays and stuff like that. A couple plays have killed us, and we just want to contain them. We knew that this team, if we just played our football, just play regular base defense, the only way they would be able to move the ball on us was long passes, misfits or anything deep, a defensive breakdown, something like that. We knew they could not move the ball on us, and I think we did a good job today at doing that. Even when they passed it, we were tackling really well with the corners and safeties. Right when the receiver caught it, we would bring him down instead of extra yards. So I think we did a good job with that on the perimeter and stuff.
Right. Was this game for this game? Did you all have a different mindset going into it, or is it the same mindset you always have, but you all just executed better?
No, I mean every week is different because you never know what happened the week before. Last week we lost, so this week we really. We talked about it at practice. We talked about it in meetings last week. We're losing these games, really tight games, and why would you practice a little extra harder? Watch film looks harder, and take responsibility for your mess ups and your misfits. And we did that today. I talked to the guys before the game, and our senior speeches before the game and stuff like that. Pregame meal, and I called them out. I'm like, hey, we're losing close games by 1 or 2 points. You gotta do your job. There's no scheme. There's no play call for somebody missing a tackle, or for somebody, for somebody not to block somebody, or a missed pass. You gotta do your job. That's it.
All right. And to kind of piggyback on that, how important is it for you, especially as a leader, to continue to lead by example as well as in the huddle?
Off the field, a lot of the guys respect me. When I talk to them, most of the team, everybody on the team really respects me because they see the fire and the energy in me, and they always know, I speak from my heart. So when I tell them something, they always listen because, it's the right thing. And a lot of guys, when I say something, they really respond to it. I call somebody out, they'll respond to it. And for the rest of the year, I told them, 7-4, hopefully we'll take it week by week. We got to get better every week. Seniors, we don't want to go on to bed. Last year, we kind of just came in every week and saying, oh, it's all right, we'll get the next one, And I told them, they ain't no next one. It's now or never, So even for the younger guys, 7-4 going into the off season with workouts, winter conditioning, stuff like that, that's a way better feeling than going 3-8, So we just got to continue to get better every week and take it week by week,
Well, that's all. Hey, Carl, can you talk a bit about how important it was for you all to play mistake-free football and execute?
It was really big for us. The past few weeks, we made a lot of mistakes, a lot of correctable mistakes too, like that. Mistakes that we, not something that they did, really just on us. So, we felt that if we cut down on those mistakes, we put ourselves in the best position to win.
Talk a bit about the work of the offensive line and kind of setting the tone for you all to run the ball, to get big plays.
They've done a lot for us, especially with Ben and Tom going down. We've had some guys step up, some guys switch positions, playing out of their normal role, and they've really come into a new role and worked really hard at it, We've been working really hard. Offensive line has the last couple of weeks, they haven't dropped the step at all, some Ben and Tom went out, feel right, they fill in, and we keep the train moving, so.
What do you think was the key to the offense today?
I definitely feel it was the ground game. Being able to get after him on the ground, get after him in the run, definitely opened up some things for us in the passing game. And that's what our offense is predicated on. It's just pounding the ball, taking your shots when you can, getting a couple of quick throws here and there. But we really like to run the ball and take our shots when we get the chance to.
do you think because of you guys were able to pound it offensively, running the ball, that opened up plays like for Val?
Yeah,
I mean, he seemed like the closest player to him was the back judge or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it did because, everyone's flowing so hard because we're, we're running, we're gashing them, we're getting big yards, we're being physical up front. And I feel like, they'll set up like the plays to Val, the play action to Val, and those just kind of plays like that. Or just in any regular passing play, they're going to load the box a little bit more because they're afraid to run. So then we have to take advantage of it with our passing game, and I feel like we did that today.
Okay, from a personal standpoint, how do you feel you did out there? Do you feel like this was your best game this year?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm really just went out there, try to have fun, have a good time, and get the ball in my playmakers' hands. My job isn't. It can seem tough from the outside in, but me knowing I have such playmakers around me, such great playmakers, a great offensive line in front of me, I know if I just do what I have to do, just do my job and get the ball to the right people, that will be successful at the end of the day.
Can you talk about where the handshake came from with you and Paul Graham that we see after?
I don't remember where it came from because in camp and throughout spring ball and camp, I was always Paul's holder, and we just kept saying we got to come up with something, and then it was getting down to like the beginning of the season, and we couldn't come up with anything, and it was just I don't know, that just came out of nowhere. We've done it every kick, every season.
That's great.
You were talking about playmakers. What's it mean for the offense? Obviously, Jay's had some big games early in the year, had a nice game today. Then Romello to step in, hasn't really seen a lot of time because of being a redshirt freshman, but knocks off a 32-yard run.
I feel like it opens up our offense, it expands our offense, gives them more weapons to prepare for because Jay is a slight change of pace from Dez. Dez is pounded, has great speed, but gets downhill. Jay, he's a little quicker, he can go side to side a little bit better, it's still getting downhill at that. And then also, an opposing defense can, they got this other kid, if they want to put him in the game, he can run just as hard as the other two. So I feel like it puts a little bit extra in the mind of the opposing team.
As one of the leaders of the offense, how important is it for you to, no matter what happened in the past game, to put them behind you and keep going out there and lead by example on the field as well as in the huddle?
It's very important, especially with two of our captains going down. And don't get me wrong, they're still great leaders, great vocal leaders. They're in us, they're on us every day. In our ears, being positive, staying positive, letting us know what correctable mistakes. But then, it kind of puts a little bit more on the rest of us. We have to perform with our play. We have to perform better. We have to step it up. And I'm just trying to respond, to them because they put a challenge on me. Not being a captain, being a junior guy, to step up and fill their void on the field.